Okay, first thing on the agenda is the minutes.
Is there any more to this page, or it doesn't? Oh, mine is
Oh,
signed.
no, on the back it is, my apologies. The back just says that we voted on the warrant report 4-0. You asked about the temporary groundskeeper.
I don't have her back.
No, I know, and a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I can pass that around, you guys can look at it really quickly. My apologies.
That's what you said. This is the back.
The back, okay. I wasn't there anyway, so. The back.
Okay.
Go.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of the October 28, 2021 meeting at the Granby Housing Authority Board of Commissioners.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye. I abstain, not being there.
You have copies of financials, right? Jocelyn?
Yep, I have the monthly income and I have the treasurer's, right?
Okay.
That's it,
Just wanted to
right?
make sure,
Yeah.
because I would make
Okay.
copies for you.
Okay. So next up is the financial report. Or report. Okay, the one thing I noticed in review of that, Tammy, was that in the 705 unit, the accounts receivable has increased.
So the, we had, that month, we had a lot of tenants that were late for one reason of another. I've gone through it. Most of them have caught up on it. Part of that $1,800 or $8,000 is a tenant that moved out, and it was the balance that she owed. I did take her to housing court, and the housing court said that she only had to pay 200 of it. So 16, if you'll see on the director's report, 166090 is was written off because the housing court said she only had to pay 200. She was the one that had the unreported income to us for a couple of years, and said that because we were making her move, she couldn't afford to pay anymore.
Okay, so to get that off the accounts receivable balance.
It is off now.
Okay, so next month,
So
so we
next
don't.
month, that'll be done.
So once the housing court makes a judgment, we don't, as a committee, have to
No.
approve that judgment?
No.
Okay,
Right, and another part of that is 1767 from another tenant there that moved out.
Mhm.
I did send her another letter requesting that she contact me to try and make arrangements, or I would take her to court. So if you want to wait, you can wait, or we can write it off, one of the two. But we have two tenants that are habitually behind. One is in a repayment agreement. It's going to take her a while to catch up. One of them keeps saying, I'll be in, I'll be in, I'll be in. So I will be talking to the lawyer and trying to get her settled.
okay, so on anything that's delinquent and everything else, you are always discussing this with the lawyer once it gets beyond the 30
Yeah.
days?
I mean, I talk to the tenants.
Mhm.
You know, I always call at the beginning, look at who's behind on the beginning of the month, see if something's going on that we don't know about. I mean, you know, with COVID, they could be out and not getting paid. They could be, anything could be happening.
Okay,
You know, we do have the one tenant who keeps telling me I'll be in by the end of the month to pay it. I've issued her a letter to start the trail, and now I'm at
Okay.
the point where it's coming to an end.
Okay.
So
Anybody-
next month, you should see a big change in that.
Okay. So if there's nothing else on the treasures, I need a motion to approve.
So moved. I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, unanimous.
Under public comment, I was asked earlier if we wouldn't mind moving.
Can I just,
Oh, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
forgot we were
before
on
we-
that. That was the treasurer's
Yeah,
report.
before we do that, that was the treasurer's to approve, but we still, everybody still has your monthly expense. And, you know, just take a minute to look it over if there's anything that pops up. I know each month we've gone over the net meter solar operator cost portion, which I focused on. but- So, one question, Tammy, on the annual at the bottom of the first page, on the over/under, does that number mean that we've spent 14,000 more than we expected to spend at this point?
No.
So what does that number mean again?
That, I believe the positive number is the good number, is what Gary always tells me.
Mm-hmm.
So negatives are in brackets.
Right.
Okay, so that's what it really is. If you look at line 2, prorated annual is 107,348. Annual expenses to date, you subtract that from that and you get the 14.
14, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so as long as we're under the number, that's good. And that gives us that extra money. Okay.
And the only thing different on this one, Joe, is we've started putting in the net meter
Right.
monthly instead of at the end of the year.
All right. I noticed that. So. Okay. And again, because it's a credit against what our actual bill will become, that's why the number is technically treated on the spreadsheet as a negative. In parentheses, so. Because we still get to work that credit off. And what about water? Do we have any resolutions or strategies on some of the compliance stuff that we have to?
For the DEP,
Yes.
they sent us, they sent East National Water and I got a copy of it, the new schedule to make sure that we're in compliance and, with all of the magnesium, or the manganese.
Okay.
Which really wasn't a problem anyway,
No.
right? Okay,
No.
it was a mistake on their part.
Yeah.
So does anybody else have any questions or? You're all set?
I'm all set.
Okay. Okay, Tammy, go ahead.
A couple of the tenants suggested moving the public comment to the end of the day, or end of the meeting, so if there's anything that we discussed they want to talk about,
Okay.
I'm okay with that, if that's how we do it.
Yeah.
So for the director's report, it's, been a pretty quiet couple of weeks. I do have one tenant that moved out of here at, a couple months ago, that left a balance of $344. I did speak to her about it. She insists that she gave the money order to her aides. She was wheelchair bound and the aides never turned it in, so it's at a point where we're not, I doubt we're ever gonna get the money for that, so I just wondered if we could write off her balance of $344. So,
How long has she been gone?
she's been gone about 4 months, 3 or 4 months.
Money orders can be traced.
Well, I think we really have no choice. I
Well, she
mean,
doesn't have the problem, that's what I said to her.
Well,
You could call the
she's on a
bank.
fixed
She
income, I'm
said
sure,
that
right?
Yeah, she
Okay.
said that she doesn't have a stub
Mhm.
for it, and that she gave it,
Okay.
and I can't say it did happen or it didn't happen,
Right.
and I have no way of knowing who she gave the money to, or what, you know, what happened to it, unfortunately. So,
Okay, well, let's take her at her word, and, I mean, I don't know how the rest of the committee feels
Is
about
that
writing it
typically the
off.
way she would pay?
yeah,
She get-
she always paid with money order.
Given to an aide to
She
pay
gave to
you?
the, yeah, she gave it to the aide, and the aides would bring it up here to the office.
Okay.
So she was moving out, she knew she was leaving. It was halfway through the month. I told her to, you know, before she left, to get a hold of me and we'd go in, but she left, her brother cleaned the apartment out. So,
Okay,
just kinda happened.
yep.
Anybody else have any comments or thoughts on this?
What's the technical error for the,
I don't know what the technical error was on it, but they were here this morning and, did the walkthrough again. The bids are due, the day after Thanksgiving, I believe. They're opening on the day after Thanksgiving.
so this is gonna cost us more?
No, it doesn't cost us
Okay.
more money, it's
Right.
just
It's
puts it
just
off
the-
a little bit,
The current bid has to be rebid.
yeah. So,
Because there's a technical error in the bid. So,
Does
whatever
that open the
is.
door, though, for the bid to be higher, the amount to be higher? Does that,
Yeah, it opens the door,
Yeah.
you get to rebid it. So if the number is different or whatever
We have
because of
no
the technical error that isn't accounted for, then you have to rebid it. That's the
Yep.
rules.
All of the apartment fire alarms were tested this week, there are no issues. Building 1 and 2 inspections will be coming up December 2nd, so
Mhm.
be on schedule.
who does those?
Jim Dakota and myself.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
How are we doing on the fan situation?
So, when Hugh was here today, we talked to him about getting, the actual copy of the actual state fire code, to make sure that it, to see what it exactly says to go from there. But, we measured when he was in the apartments the other day, we took with the fire alarm guys, he measured them, and, there are probably 2 that are 38 inches from the center. So
How far are they supposed to be?
they have to be more than 36, and most of them are 34 to 36.
So they have to go
So
where
they
the,
have to be taken out.
so they have to go where the fans are by law? Is that what
Right,
this
well,
is?
there's a way to measure them, and if your fan is too close to the smoke detector, then it's not in compliance. What happens is
Mhm.
if you have smoke in your room and the fan's on, smoke isn't getting to the smoke detector as quickly as it should, because it's being pushed away from a fan. So even if it's, you know, a 10-second
Well-
delay, that 10 seconds could save your life.
Look,
So-
I don't disagree with that. The thing that I've thought about here is that from a health perspective, I mean, I have ceiling fans in my home. As I've gotten older, I think it helps me breathe at night. And my thing is, people are in small enclosed bedrooms, and I think that before we just absolutely comply with this, I would like us to maybe further, I mean, it's not my decision to do it, but to basically look at this and see, is there an alternative to the placement of the fire alarm so that the tenants don't have to give up a ceiling fan.
Well, you can't move the fire alarms, you'd have to move the ceiling fans. And like I say, we asked Hugh to send us the actual code today. So we can look at it and see exactly what the code is, if we can get grandfathered in. But if not, I certainly can't.
Can we make a health case for I mean, maybe the tenants don't, and maybe it's up to them, and wherever the fire alarm goes is the most critical thing. But I just thought about that from the perspective that as you get older, you know, you get more breathing challenged. I mean, even healthy people have lung deterioration. I mean, all of those health things go on. And I'm just wondering about it. I mean, I don't know. What, do you have anything?
Are the smoke detectors outside the bedroom?
The smoke detectors are there's a smoke detector in the bedroom. So the smoke detector is here and the fan is too close.
But why?
So the
No.
fans have to be moved, not the smoke detectors.
But aren't the smoke detectors supposed to be outside the bedroom? So
Well,
that,
there's one in the living room, dining room,
And there's-
or living room, kitchen, and there's one in the bedroom.
but why can't they be out? They should be outside the bedroom door to stop, to alert them before the smoke gets into the bedroom.
Oh, there is one in there.
I know,
There
but
are two rooms.
I think it's unusual to have it
They
in the
want one
bedroom
in each
itself.
room. They
I-
want one in each.
So
I don't know
I'm
the
not-
law either. I don't know
I
the
mean,
law, so.
We're at the point now where we're just looking into what our options are.
Okay.
You know, why, in 2019, when they went through, did he say it was, if it's okay with your fire department, you know, for them to be the way they are, then it's okay with me, yet this year he's saying, no, you know, if your fire department writes off on it, well, the fire department's not gonna write off on, it's against the fire code. So, I mean, right now, we're just still looking at what our options are as far
Okay.
as,
That's where my biggest problem is before it was okay, now it's not. And it isn't, I understand it's an amenity and that we have air conditioning, but I have two air conditioners. I'm a fortunate tenant. I have a bedroom air conditioner. Those that don't have that, those vents that they cut into the wall, don't do crap.
oh, I get it, I'm not,
You know, and
just,
that,
So
but
what,
I'm just saying, we're looking into it, but it might come to the point where my hands are tied and I have to follow the state code. So I'm just saying, we're gonna look at everything and I'll present everything, but
So-
if it's
Well-
still against the state fire code and the DHC day makes me do it, I'm gonna have to do it.
so one option is to move the fans.
Right, so
Okay.
Jim and I talked about moving the fans yesterday, and you're looking at least $3,000.
Per
Per
unit?
unit?
No, for all
Oh,
of the
total?
units to do that.
Okay. Well, then if we have to comply, I personally would support spending $3,000 out of our money to move all the fans
All right.
for everybody.
absolutely.
Maybe at that point, maybe we spend a little more and put in new fans.
Well,
Because they're so old. I don't know.
right now, we're waiting anyway.
Right now,
Okay.
we're just waiting
Okay.
till I have all the information to see, if we
Okay.
don't have to do it, then I'm not gonna do it.
Well, I'm
but
glad
if
to
we're-
hear that it's not an either or. It's either the fire alarm or the
Right.
ceiling fan
Well,
because of the
yeah, I can't move
regulation.
the fire
Okay.
alarms.
Okay.
That
Okay.
doesn't
Well,
work. So other than that, that's it in a nutshell for the month. Just very
Good.
quiet.
Oh, and before everybody, Tammy, have you told them that you are?
No, I have not.
Okay, so Tammy is now also director at Berry
At Berry
Housing Authority.
I start Monday. Tomorrow is my last day job in the school bus. So, the office hours will not change, just my days and Shelley's days will change. Our
So you're gonna have two
So I'm here-
housings?
So Monday afternoon, Wednesdays and Fridays I'm here, and Monday morning, Tuesday and Thursday I'm in Berry. Shelley and I are shifting. She'll come in early and I'll come in late, whereas right now I come in early and she's in late.
So how many hours actually will you be here?
The same.
Thanks.
Okay.
One more.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Same thing, 18,
Same size.
same size. Actually, they only have 10 family, whereas we have 12.
I mean,
Good
this
for
is
you.
what Nancy Brown did all those
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
between.
She was Lauren, I think.
Yeah.
So are you still driving bus?
No.
Tomorrow's my last day.
Are you
Okay.
sad about that?
I am. I had to tell the kids, I sprained my ankle 3 weeks ago. So Friday was the first day that I went back. And then yesterday, I finally told the kids, and it was tough. It was tough.
Hmm.
So what's gonna happen with your health insurance?
Gonna continue it through the through the bus company for now until I can figure something out.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're gonna address, this has always been my point, and I think that Tammy told me that Carolina said that they were looking at modifying some stuff. But just like Mary, because she was in 2 facilities, I will, if need be, I will write another letter.
Thank you.
And get the process going again to fight so that they'll make that exception, because it's absurd that because they're 18 and 18, they can't qualify. I mean, they're 36 within the system.
Right.
Right.
And after all, we're the state of Massachusetts. We passed a mandate for health insurance, and in fact, that a state
You can be a
agency would-
20-hour employee in the office
Yep.
and
Yeah.
get insurance, but you
Yeah,
can't be,
yeah.
you
And
know,
maintenance,
yeah,
we do that pretty good.
yeah, so.
Okay,
Well, we'll do it, and maybe they're gonna make some adjustments at the state
Yeah,
level
they
anyway,
had
so.
said at the meeting that they were looking at the executive director's packages, so,
Right.
there's hope that they'll,
yeah, but I'll still go and make the case again
she's
and ruffle
expecting.
the feathers. What? She's
They're all gonna
expecting
say,
me to
she
do
says,
it.
I'm expecting that letter, and I said, okay.
So, okay,
Well, congratulations, I think.
yes, yes.
I do have a form here that you have to sign, on the budget, the 2022 budget. When we approved it last month, I didn't have the paperwork to sign.
We all have
Okay.
to sign that, I think,
Yeah, so
right?
we have to sign.
Okay, so why don't we pass that around to sign it now?
Yep, we have a lot of checks too today.
Okay.
And the other thing in there is the act relative to housing authority. I think in the fall of 2019, they sent out a survey to the tenants, and they just published their findings on it, and how the tenants feel about living here and the maintenance and how safe you feel. So I thought that was.
And is that been published for everybody to see?
Just so you guys, I'm gonna put it on the board today.
Okay,
For them to see.
okay.
So, for the most part, we did really well.
But this was 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, this is 2
Okay.
years ago.
A long time ago.
Okay, we're gonna do our post-pandemic survey.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then,
There you go.
and then we'll compare the difference, I
Yeah.
guess, I don't know. So,
I guess on to public comment.
okay, do we want to approve the bills for payment first?
Oh, sure.
I'm not
So-
on here, though. My name isn't here. I'll just write it in.
Not here?
No.
Oh, you know why? You weren't here at that meeting.
Yeah. So let me still sign it? If I'm not here?
I think I have you in as absent, so no,
Okay.
you wouldn't.
Okay. So I guess we're being absent.
Okay, so before we go to comment, this is the last thing we need to do is review and approve for payment?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got that. I've got that. Somebody else need that? You have this?
I
I
don't,
think-
but I'll
oh.
get a copy after the meeting.
That's, I have my copy.
Oh,
You want
okay,
it? We're good.
okay. I'll get a copy after the meeting. Okay, so,
Are we reviewing the disbursement?
correct.
Is that what we're doing?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so I went over some of the stuff, Tammy. My first question was on Fontaine Heating, which is really page 3, but starts at the end of page 2. So these are all 705s?
Yes.
Okay,
That was the
so
cleaning
all of this
one.
was for the 705s?
Yep.
Okay.
What's conference rooms Sunday?
We stayed over on Sunday night when we went to the Maham's conference last week. But they billed it separately.
Where were you now?
I was looking at this thinking they had a sleepover.
We did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
We had a big old slumber party.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so on page 5, Quabbin Analytical Lab, you know, because of the iron and manganese, are these like monthly costs?
No, our monthly cost is the coliform testing.
Okay,
So it's normally $160 a month, but because the iron and magnesium, the VOC is done once a year, and the iron and magnesium is done like quarterly.
okay. Okay, so next month I should see a bill on this for $160.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Have you got any more conferences that are
No,
scheduled?
nope, that's it, we're done.
None for you or none for the maintenance people or
No,
anybody?
and there are none for the rest of the year until next spring.
Okay, on page 6 of the truck insurance, is that one time a year?
That's a one-shot per year, yep.
Okay. That's not bad. 1,200.
With all power closing, are they gonna have another place to get their stuff maintained and so on?
They're saying that the guy that bought him out should be able to do it, he's just not.
Somebody bought it?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's West Springfield, Westfield, somewhere.
Okay,
So the tractor is there now getting service, so
Okay.
we're good for a while.
okay.
So are they gonna keep this location open? They're closing it down, they just bought everything out of them and
Yep, they
they're
just
moving
bought
out,
everything out
okay.
of it.
Okay, so I need a motion to approve the disbursement.
I'll make a motion to approve the disbursement, 11/1 through 11/30, 2021.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Hi.
Aye.
Are you with that too, Glenn?
Yes.
Okay.
Unanimous. Okay. So is there any, before we get to the tenants, anyone that wants to talk, is there anything that anyone on this committee wants to bring up at this time?
Do you have anything with the commissioners? Since I didn't know about it, and I'll add it in for next time.
And seeing as I'm not prepared,
Okay.
we'll just let it ride for this month. I'll have a good one for you next month.
Okay. Nope, that's it.
And Gloria, you're doing better? Things are
Thank you. Yes, they are. Keeping busy.
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Thank you for asking.
Well,
Want to do the next meeting date now?
yes.
Now, are we gonna have to change our meeting dates and times again?
You can go to 2 in the afternoon if you want, but it's still, I'm here on Wednesdays. So if
Okay.
you want to do 2 in the afternoon, that's fine.
I vote for 2. I like 2.
Is that,
I have no problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it.
You like 2 better than 11 for you?
I do.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
too.
That's
I
fine.
know, I do, yes.
Do we want to do the 15th or the 22nd?
Well, it's Christmas, that's December, right? So
vote
you might
15.
wanna have the,
Well,
15th?
yeah, I mean, we won't have all the financial numbers to look at, but, you know, that's
well,
always,
we can do the 22nd. I don't, you know, really doesn't matter, I'm not going anywhere.
We could do the 22nd and have cookies after.
okay, are you
Maybe
baking?
we should-
Did you
I will
volunteer to bake? Okay.
I will bake.
22nd is the big turkey dinner over at the senior center.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
This is
then
2
that's
o'clock.
not a
It's
good
gonna
day.
be at 2 o'clock.
Is that 2?
I won't have to make a lot of cookies.
Yeah,
You'll all be
right.
stuffed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, well, that sounds like good, yeah, you won't have to bake a lot of cookies, because they'll all be.
All right, so the 22nd at 2?
Okay, 12,
Anyway.
22,
2 o'clock.
21 at 2 PM.
Wow, that's a lot of 2s.
And cookies. Make sure all the residents know they're gonna have cookies and punch or something.
Cookies, coffee, and
Is
punch.
the punch gonna be spiked?
Why
I'm
not?
not, I'm not,
I got taken to the cleaners on that one last time.
yeah, I know you did.
You know, for,
Would you like to do that, ladies and gentlemen out there? Okay.
but it need be, I always have a couple.
Cookies
Cookies and punch.
Have cookies
after the meeting,
and pizza.
if we're still talking to each other. Let's make sure that we're not gonna have any controversial issues. It's too near Christmas.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Well, I guess we better show a movie.
That way you'll have more people show up for the meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
especially if
why,
you spike the punch.
that's why we're having it during the day.
Hopefully the weather will cooperate, so.
All right.
By the way, did you ever do you put the notices up in the hallways yet, as we talked about?
I did not put the notices in the hall, they're put on the board here and in the laundry room. There are 16 hallways. They've never been put up in the hallways before.
What do you want, Donna? What do you think?
Well, I still would like to see them in the hallways on the bulletin board or right by the door as you go in. But that's up to Tammy. All I can do is give an opinion.
You know, I mean,
Well, we can make
I'm
a
not quite sure
request.
why all of a sudden they need to be in the hallways.
So maybe a resident would volunteer to do that, so
Yeah.
that staff didn't have
You
to do
know,
it.
I mean, it's never, I don't know if there's an issue I'm not aware of, or,
I've been getting a lot of requests that it be posted more than on these two boards, and I kind of understand the reasoning why. I would like to, that is my opinion, I would like to see it done.
So we need a volunteer to do it.
I'll do it if it's a question of that.
There's our volunteer.
Okay, so,
You don't
starting,
mind doing that?
I don't mind doing that.
You know,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
print them out and you pop in here at
so we
some
can
point.
whatever
just
you
say
think
next
of-
board meeting is.
Right, exactly, that's all you need.
All right.
And if they don't read the bulletin board,
Yeah.
then it's their problem.
Well, you can try it for a couple of months.
Yeah.
If it doesn't
I
make
mean,
a difference, then we won't do it anymore.
Problem with the
That's all.
bulletin board is some of the bulletin boards are on the second floor, not the first floor, and they didn't go up the stairs. That's what I hear about the bulletin board, so I.
Well, there's also the, the possibility of just taping it to a door frame or
Yeah.
underneath the like in the units on the first floors have those sanitizing, just posted either above or below that,
Okay,
if there's not a bulletin board.
all right,
okay.
I can do that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Okay, then, go ahead.
Anybody have anything over there?
No, we're all fine this week.
Christine, did you have anything you wanted to? No?
But just that, if you guys could talk a little louder, 'cause we can't hear that from right here with the masks and all.
Oh,
And I
okay.
didn't even hear
We need to do a poster.
director.
Okay, I guess we should make
Barry
sure.
Housing Authority,
Where's that?
Barry, Mass.
Oh,
Up on the top part of Quabbin.
oh, I thought it would be on the street with, or your other property.
No.
No.
Oh,
Next
see,
to
we
West
didn't hear
Brookfield?
that,
Can
so
you-
that's my only question. Thank you.
Next to us.
So in other words, you're
Kinda.
cheating on us.
There you go.
They only picked
Divorce
up
is
five.
imminent.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to remember when I start talking, I'll just remove my mask. to
The
you know.
fan, I'll try and remember next month to shut the fan off.
That'll help.
The house fan is on right now.
And a good place for the tree would be here?
In the middle of the room?
No.
Over there by the window, yes, Mary.
No, over here.
Yeah, right
And
there.
we're gonna move the piano.
Right there. Yep,
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
you're welcome.
Does anyone play the piano?
Nope,
Really? Does it get tuned?
nope.
No.
It's being useful. It's being useful today,
Piano?
the bench.
Okay,
I didn't even realize that was a piano bench.
Yeah.
What? Exactly.
So,
okay, then if there's no,
Is the fan issue, are the fans just gonna be moved? or
we
you
have
gonna
not
take 'em out?
decided yet.
Oh, it's undecided, okay.
Undecided yet.
Boy, you need
It's a
your.
work in progress.
No, I wanna know. She already
I wanna know that they
said
are gonna be taken out. No, she didn't.
it. She
She
did.
said it's undecided.
It's undecided.
Correct.
I just told them, oh, we can't hear that good.
We are waiting for, we are waiting
Well,
for
move up
information.
here next to your husband.
No, we don't have to move anywhere.
She sees enough of me.
We're waiting for information from the state for
Okay.
clarification on what's happening.
Okay.
Then we'll go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna clarify what the regulation is and then come up with a plan and basically.
If they move them out, if they want them out, could we hire an electrician ourselves to do it, or no? Or not?
That topic is still for discussion. You know, we're not agreeing to anything right now.
No decision made.
But we are going to talk about all the options that we have right
That's
now.
enough.
But if there's enough space, we have the option to, if we have to follow what the regulation is, that we would move the fan to a position in the room that would meet everybody's needs. So that's what we have discussed as a board. We have a sentiment right now as a board
He's
that in
saying
fact
that
we would support it.
We're gonna look
Sorry.
at all options for everywhere, moving it, not moving it, taking them out, and then present it.
Correct. Good
Okay.
summary, Tammy.
Well, I leave mine on 24/7, because I got COPD and it helps to circulate the air, helps me to breathe.
Yep. I get
So
it.
Jim was telling me that if they just move it 1 foot over, I would be fine. But that's just talking between two people.
So that's not decided yet.
Right, and it sounds simple, but it's still
I
costly.
know it's costly.
Yeah,
I understand that.
yeah.
And you would have to hire an electrician, I
Yep.
understand.
Yep, so,
Well, just on a personal note, because we would have to vote everything after the plan, but
I know that.
But I would fully support spending what it takes to make sure everybody has a
Speak
ceiling
louder.
fan. I would fully support what it takes for everybody to have a ceiling fan in their bedroom, because I think it is a health benefit, so. And those are small units, so I think it's needed.
Yeah.
Okay,
For me, it's not just a convenience, it's
I
a
hear you.
necessity.
I hear you.
We're listening.
Okay, then if nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.